Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching Speak Up. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video in support of me. You can share it, and you can leave your comments below. If you are new, thank you for coming over here. Just hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on. Now, let's get into this Speak Up. I wanted to just give you some TV news. Give you entertainment outside of just like blogs and gossip and things of that nature. I'm going to give you some facts as to what's going on. So let's get to our first story. It is Papa's House. If anyone who does not know or does know, Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. starred on this show on CBS, Papa's House. Papa's House has just recently been canceled. I was surprised and not surprised at the same time. I saw a lot of promotion for Papa's House. I thought it was doing really well. It's really funny. They're having guest stars come in left and right. I've seen them on different shows being able to promote this show. Cool. But then I was just noticing on social media how much they had to promote. I said, well, you got some good platforms that are actually doing it, but it's just like there must be something wrong, you know. Then I heard, or at least seen something where I saw that the show was on the bubble, and I was like, the bubble? For real? It seems like there's a lot of buzz around it. So what is going on? Well, they ended up canceling it. I don't know what the reasons are. After the first season, they didn't even give the show a chance to breathe. I kind of wonder what happened. Did it have anything to do with so many guest stars coming on? Because you never know what their honorariums are of, you know. I don't know what it is, but they canceled it. I would think a good place that they could go is Netflix. The other show with Kim Fields and Wanda Sykes, that's going off the air. I would think that would be a good place just to replace it, to have another black comedy. I have some thoughts about Netflix that maybe I'll get into another video with, but I kind of feel like Netflix uses the black audience a little bit as to how I feel things, but overall they choose whiteness over everything else, in my opinion. But anyways, shout out to the Wayans family. I know you guys have a lot of creative things going on. We know that the Scary Movie franchise is back in their hands, so they're going to be making another one. Marlon Wayans, he did say that there will be a White Chicks 2. They just want to get through Scary Movie first because they believe that there's an audience still for it. How do y'all feel about that? You know, for a White Chicks to come back out. I think Scary Movie is just phenomenal, so let's get that back out there. I can't say I won't watch White Chicks. It may not be on my first to-do list. Maybe if I see a trailer or something that could really boost me, but I'll give it a watch. But tell me, guys, what you thought about hearing of Papa's House being canceled after one season. CBS is phenomenal. To me, has been the one that's more stable. They hardly cancel shows over there, and I've been surprised at some of the cancellations that have been happening as of lately, because you may have knowledge of a show being on CBS, and then you look up and they got 10 seasons in. You're like, what? How did this happen? You know? They are canceling SWAT, that stars Shamar Moore. The Equalizer with Queen Latifah, that's on the bubble. There was talks of having a spinoff, but that didn't go through, so it's more than likely that now The Equalizer is probably over. That's speculation as to what's happening. The Neighborhood? Is that it? It's the one that's starring Cedric the Entertainer and Tashina Arnold. Neighbors? The Neighbors? I think that's what it is. They're done after this season, but at least they are getting a send-off outside of probably other shows that have been canceled. They actually have a spin-off too of The Neighbors. I don't know if it's come out yet, but I do remember reading that. But yeah, and I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it looks like the black shows are going away. We got one that is just standing right. Oh, we got two actually, because we got the Morris Chestnut series. Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if it's Sherlock Holmes, but it's at least called Holmes. He's on there, so that's cool. We have to see how long that'll last. So, thus far, the remaining shows is Queen Latifah and Holmes. We got to see what's happening when the upfronts happen. This is in May, which is today the 1st? Happy May if it's the 1st. Yeah, the upfronts, they come out, and upfronts meaning that they tell from each network what they are going to be having on their lineup for this upcoming fall. So that's it for that. You know, again, shout out to the weigh-ins. There's so much more creative talent. I wish it would have lasted a whole lot longer, and we'll see you in the future. Okay, so let's go on to Ellen Pompeo. Ellen Pompeo is someone that I've admired for years now because of the show that I don't currently watch, but a show that I fell in love with back in 2004 or 2005. I think it was 2005. I didn't watch it right away. I think I caught on to it around season 3, but before I watched season 3, I watched the first season of Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy had like 9 episodes and absolutely fell in love with it. And from then on, I just was a fan. I think I kind of like started tuning out about seasons 11, 12-ish. You know, I will come back for some seasons or come back for some storylines, but to be a consistent watcher every Thursday, I have not been. But I think right now the show is in its 20th or 21st season. So shout out to Grey's Anatomy making it that long. And people are like, why is the show still on? It's still compelling. And Grey's Anatomy still has a strong fan base. And for the longest time, ABC has not been able to find anything to replace Grey's Anatomy. And I believe that's why it has stood its test and it has stayed on the network. But anyways, Ellen Pompeo, during the 19th season of Grey's Anatomy, did step back from being a series regular. She knew it was time, but she did not want to leave the show entirely. I mean, you really want... What we have from Grey's is that we have a voiceover from Meredith Grey. You know, so I don't think that the show could last, or it would really shift if Meredith Grey's voiceover is not there. And you probably think, well, why don't you just do the voiceover? But also a part of the show, you would miss her presence, even though you hear her voice. You don't want to hear that also. So I understand that also. So I did read in a magazine article for Deadline. Ellen explains why she does not step away fully. It's because financially and emotionally, it wouldn't be beneficial. Meaning, from a financial standpoint, she does not want her voice, her image, to be benefit off of the bigger guys. From what she said, that in 2024, the show was streamed over 1 billion times. And I think that they have streaming rights on Hulu. She said, well, why would I miss out on that money? You know? And I don't blame her for that. And she also said that the audience has an emotional connection still to Grey's Anatomy, and she just feels like she should stay aboard for the fans. You know? And she got a connection to it still, even after all this time. Since all the big guys really make all the big money, I'm not mad at it. Now, Ellen Pompeo's contract that she negotiated back in 2022, she gets $20 million a year. And you can say, well, Ellen, you got it. Just go sit down and rest. Yeah. But still, people get to benefit off of you. For what? So I'm not mad at her for wanting to stick in there, still do some full time. The show is still has legs. It's still thriving, despite even being moved to the last show on the Thursday night lineup. I love that. Despite moving in Ryan Murphy's show and all this other shows, Grey's Anatomy is still cool and on fire. For some, you know. And to each his own, whomever likes it, cool. So I say, get what you get. Ellen Pompeo. Now, also, congratulations to Ms. Pompeo. She did get her Star Walk of Fame just a couple of days ago. I saw Shonda Rhimes, who is one of my favorite writers. That's the reason why I love Grey's Anatomy, because of its writing and storytelling and all that. You know, I've never seen someone just write twist like she does. Like, you don't know what to expect. Not just from season finales. There's stuff that'll happen that'll shift a character 3 episodes into the season. It's like, what just happened? So I'm a fan of Shonda Rhimes. I saw, of course, her husband and children, and also I saw Debbie Allen there. So I appreciated that. So congratulations to you. Now let's move on to the next topic. Wisteria Lane, which will be a spin-off from Desperate Housewives. How do y'all feel about that? I think that they started back in, 2004, 2005. That was a phenomenon. I think they lasted for 8 seasons or so. But yeah, under the production company of Kerry Washington, it's in development right now. We are possibly seeing a spin-off that will be, I guess, entitled Wisteria Lane, which you know that is the famous subdivision that's a part of the show Desperate Housewives. So there's not much going on right now since it is in development, but it was just announced in regards to that. I just wanted to know your feels, because I didn't know that there was going to be actual production. I heard, some of the actresses have been asked, should there be a reboot? We had Miss Eva. She came out and said, if there's a reboot, she is on it. I don't know if it should be the same actresses. There was a thing, I think Mark Cherry, who is one of the creators, he said that they would want to do something that's like a prequel. I don't know if this is what this is that's coming up. If it's a prequel, then most definitely we wouldn't see the same actresses. I think that if it is called Wisteria Lane, that there would have to be a new set of people come in. And if it's a prequel, then we're probably not going to see any black people. I'm just saying, they may get the token one, I don't know. But anyways, what do you guys think of a reboot? Let me know in the comments below. Are you down for it? Would you watch it? I think it's going to be for Hulu has this Onyx channel for black folks. So possibly there could be some black folks. So I kind of recant my statement, but if it's on a more black scaled audience, then possibly that's where maybe it'll have a lot more people of color or women of color. I'll say it that way. Let me know in the comments. Let's go on to our next topic. Okay, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited. BET just announced this week one of my new favorite shows is Daria from Detroit. Has been renewed for season 2. I'm so happy. I've been wondering where it has been, because it's been well over a year since the season finale. It's like, what? I think they got like 9 episodes or so last season, but I fell in love with the show. I was seeing some clips online on Twitter, and I decided to see, okay, so what's going on over there? And I watched it and just fell in love. I fell in love with the writing, with the story. So Daria from Detroit is coming back, because normally it takes about a year for us to see another show on BET Plus. That may be, but we never heard if it's been renewed. I've been trying to check articles and sites, so I'm happy about that. If you have not, go to BET Plus, watch season 1, and you'll know why some of us are in love with this show, so that you can be prepared. I don't know how much time that we have. I don't know when the show is going to be airing, but hey, congratulations to Daria from Detroit and the cast members that are returning. Okay, all right, so one last topic. One announcement that's been kind of a sneak. So, it's kind of out there, and I saw it and I thought it was fake. And a lot of people thought it was fake, but then more receipts started coming in. Tyler Perry, Mr. Tyler Perry, has a show that's coming out. It's been rumored, but I think it's quite factual now. I think it is. Someone saw this or has some type of clip. I guess this was on something that they saw on BET or whatever. There's a spinoff coming for Sisters. Another spinoff, because we already got Zatima. But there's going to be a show called Divorced Sisters. And I said, what? But I looked at who the people were that they had in the title credits. You have LaToya Luckett in the middle. You have also Yaya DaCosta, you know, from America's Top Model. She's done other shows. She did that medical drama on NBC for a while. What was that show? Chicago Med, I think it is. Anyway, she's done other things, other projects and all that good stuff. And also, Miss Kadeen. I know who Kadeen is because she is married to Mr. Duval Ellis, who is currently on Sisters and also the spinoff Zatima. And you know that they have been a wife duo. They have podcasts and all that good stuff. There was an interview a couple of months ago that Kadeen and Duval, where she said she had something coming up really big. And I was like, oh, okay, so I think possibly. Someone also caught something from a photographer that's doing different, that does different stuff for Tyler Perry, as far as cast photos and things of that nature. And he has on his lineup Divorced Sisters and some other shows. I said, oh, okay, so I think that this is probably real. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Divorced Sisters. You think that there should be another spinoff? I mean, right now, Sisters are going to be returning back in June for its 9th season, and it has been renewed for a 10th season. Now, a lot of people have gotten really upset at all the drawn-out stories. They mostly hated the Zatima fans that Karen does have one of Zach's children. So, I don't know. For now, I'm still watching Sisters, and I watch Zatima. That's my favorite couple. I'm watching it because I still enjoy the storylines. Of course, I stopped watching it for a while, and I came back when I found out that they had new writers. So, hey. Anyways, what do you guys think of this new drama that's happening? Oh, it's going to be featured on BET+. I think they're going to be testing it out before they would actually ever put it on BET anyway. So, I'm going to check it out and see what it's all about. You know, I can and just tell you what I think about it. But if y'all need me to be your tester, I will be your tester, you know. So, but I wanted to bring this news to you. Hopefully you enjoyed this show, and hopefully I gave you some insight on some things that are going on in TV land. Maybe I've talked about one of your shows that you like, maybe I didn't. But you can give your feedback on anything that I've spoken about, and let me know. But until the next one, thank you for coming. And I will see you next time. Peace.